Hello, hello, hello. I am live here on YouTube and I've got my coffee. And how is everyone today? I'm Heather. I'm tired. And how are you? I may be moving a little slowly during my stream today, slower as opposed to Tuesday's stream, but I am here. Let's see. Rachel was here before. I even thank you very much. Stream Hoppers United is right. Thank you very much. She said hashtag SHU and with a frog. Hit the like button and the lurk. Thank you very much. Excuse me. Also, we have Ashley Emma in the chat. Hello. How are you? What's going on? CB says hi. Hello. How is the weather over there where you are? That's always something I like to ask. I find it very interesting to find out what the weather is from anywhere you are in the world. CB is in Scotland. All right. So yes, happy Thursday, happy March. Yesterday was March 1st. I was trying to keep myself busy yesterday. I think I got quite a bit done, including actually I went to our local Humane Society and to find out what we can do about adopting a certain dog we were looking at on Sunday. So yeah. So yes, one reason why I was trying to keep myself busy is that, well, it would have been my mother's 85th birthday. So, yeah, my late mother's birthday. I think I was pretty successful. Ask the anybody who's a Heart Breathing's admin. Let's just say I blew up the chat. Anyway, CB says it's freezing but dry at the moment. I think it's meant to rain later. And also CB says today is, if I can say it, John Bon Jovi's birthday. Okay, cool. So yes, it's March. It's my first stream of March, so I thought I would wear green. Why not? John Bon Jovi is 61. Okay. So he is what would that be? 7 years older than me? Something like that. I didn't think he was too much older than me. I knew no more than 10 years older than me. All right. Still have people coming in. Hello, Sam. How are you? Sam came in to say hi. While everybody's saying hi, I will go ahead and excuse me, share my Pomodoro kitty timer. Oh yeah, look at that. The background is green. The eyes are, well, greenish yellow. It's kind of the color of all the pollen that has infiltrated the South. the the southeastern region of the United States. Boy, we have a lot of pollen. Pollen. I was, I think I was actually, and I think all the pollen is making my car glow like a clue from the 70s episodes of Scooby Doo. That's what it looks like. I have a sound in my head of thing. Anyway, I have a Scooby Doo Hanna-Barbera sound going on in my head. Yeah, that dates me, I know, but that's okay. That's okay. Um, do like this little format here, but let me change it. Let me see something if I can make my face look. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That one. That's it. How about this one? This one is a pretty good uh layout, I think. Sam says doing good. Hope you are. Not bad, thank you. I'm tired, but we decided to go out last night. Um, I ended up not feeling well when I got home, but anyway, I'm better. That's all that matters. Rita H. Also, let's see. Rita H. Miranda Magic. Hello. She says, hello, I'm revising. Rita says, hello, I'm revising. Whatever your pronouns are. CB says, I'm watching Avengers Assemble. Also, we have Katarina Dennison says, good morning, all. Good morning. Yeah, the Dodling Writer says, hello. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. um, yes, I've always liked Thursdays. Thursdays are good. Thursday, after today is only one more day until the weekend, right? Mm. Which reminds me, where should I put this? Saturday is Double Down Day. It's the first Saturday of the month for Heart Breathings. They're hosting lots of sprints on Saturday. So all the streamers for Heart Breathings are doing that. So there are going to be lots of choices for people who like to come in and use these sprints. This particular stream is not is sponsored the right word? Is not exactly, I guess, sponsored by Heart Breathings. My Tuesday stream is though, and so on the ends. But anyway, we're going to start the sprints momentarily. Probably we'll see about maybe 20 after the hour, if not 15 after the hour. But you know what? I could do a little intro, couldn't I? Let me go ahead and do that since we've got quite a few people in the chat. Okay. My name is Heather Dewey Pettit, and let's see, I am a writer, editor, and artist. And let's see, as a writer, I've done a lot of things over the last 25 years that I've been working with words. But in recent years, my main focus is on fiction, and I have been working on a novel, and let's see, and some short stories. let's see, and as far as editing, I am a freelance line editor, copy editor, and proofreader. Um, and as an artist, I have done a variety of things, including photography and crafting. But in recent years, my main focus is, um, sorry, I was watching my husband doing something. Um, my main, yeah, I thought so. My main focus has been on, um, um, using, sorry, um, f- paints such as watercolors and gouache and inks. So water-based, there we go, water-based media like that. I really love them. And I also like working with gel presses, and the art that you see in the background here was made with a large, let's see, an 8-inch round gel press, as well as this image back of me with a triquetra. Um, so those both were. Um, and I have an Etsy shop. So anyway, um, um, all those three things, basically what ties them all together is my love of fantasy and science fiction. So my as far as my um, writing goes, the novel is it's a fantasy novel. It's a women's fantasy novel, and basically that's kind of seems to be a central theme is female characters. Um, and let's see. Um, so as far as my editing, I'm open to editing lots of different things, but I'm starting to specialize if even further, and I would love to work with folks who write um, speculative fiction. But anyway, I love working with independent authors. And then um, you might sense the theme. Even my art reflects um, fantastical things. The tagline for my Etsy shop is "Art for writers and lovers of fantasy and sci-fi." So expect lots of fairies and trees and whimsical animals and such like that. Uh, Unicorns, stuff like that. So there is a great um, stamp company that produces a line of stamps, and that's the bulk of the themes uh, for that. And I really like using them. Anyway, feel free to check those things out. Oh, also, my link tree should be in the description, links to, which has links to everything. So anyway, so I guess now that's out of the way. um, we can, in a moment, start sprinting. Um, let's see. I usually like to do 25-minute sprints, but if anybody wants a 20-minute to start with to sort of warm up, that is fine too. Okay. Just let me know. Oh, also, feel free to state your intent, what you're working on today. Um, let's see. Myself, I've been kind of busy this morning, so I haven't really had a lot of chance to um, to figure that out. Let me move that. However, I have been reading, as some of you may know, I have been reading Creating Character Arcs. And what I might do is do what I did last time. and read a little bit more during the first sprint um, regarding the midpoint. Um, that which is where I'm at in my story. So yeah. I do believe I'm here. CB is going bowling tomorrow. Sounds fun for sun bowling. When we get a chance. And so today CB is working on a Marvel fanfic. Awesome. That's her specialty. Um, Also, Katerina Dennison says either is fine. I might pop out to make a late breakfast once my coffee runs out. Sounds good. I already have a little something myself. Okay. All right. So I've got my book and my my reading journal. And actually, yes, I will grab my iPad, which is off camera. Oh, okay. Also, Sam says either is fine with me. Up episode 28 of my Kindle Vella Vera 14. Awesome. I did catch some of Sam's stream just a little bit ago. She was talking about her Kindle Vella story. Very cool. I have thought about using that. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and do 25 minutes, I think, since it's all ready to go and I haven't heard anything against. Okay, so it's 20 after. Let's see. Everybody, please remember to sit up straight in your chair. I'm so glad I say that because it's a great reminder for me. um, it's very good for you. Very good for me. Um, uh, let's see. I also have. I not only have coffee. I have water because that's good for you too. Good for your brain. Please remember to take a sip when you need it. Okay, but let's go ahead and get this first started in 5, 4, 3, 1. Let's print. do. So I did a little reading and I answered I worked on answering the questions in that chapter midpoint. So yeah, basically I'm at the mirror moment. That's where I am. Let's see. Oh, I know where I was in the comments. Let me know what you got accomplished if you'd like. Um, let's see. Eva's moment was over, so she had to go. She said, "Happy wording. Thank you for coming by." Um, and I said, "I get it." And I said, "Have a great day." To Eva, Emma Bennett says, "Hi Heather, I'm doing my own sprints, but I thought I'd pop in to boop the like button. Thank you. Thank you very much." And she said hi to Eva and Ashley Emma and said hi again, Sam. Sam said hi to Emma and says she finished the episode. Showing. There we go. Gonna get off here to spend some time with the hub since we both have the day off. Have a great day, Sam. Congratulations. Doing great. And spinning going on my end here. Might get rid of a might get rid of a tab that I don't need. Let's see. I'm leaving a Publish and Thrive. Or Heart Breathings, that is. By the way, that reminds me that Saturday is the first day of the quarter 2 boot camp. And so while I'm thinking about it, my affiliate links are in the description. If you'd like to sign up for that, boy, I highly recommend it. It's really been great for me to do. Excuse me. It really helps me um, create goals for myself. Yes, I highly recommend it. So if you do use my affiliate links, I do earn a small commission if you use that to buy the course of the boot camp specifically. There's also other links as well. So yes, highly recommend. Karina, I understand, but I got a chunk of editing done too, so good start. Awesome. Sounds good. Um, let's see. I think after this pause, moment of rest, we can just get right back into it. That's pretty much it. I did have a thought, so during this next period, I will grab my iPad and do a little writing, I think. All right. So let's see. Says, when I make my lunch. All right. See you after the sprint. Okay. I had stepped away and then had a phone call. So basically, looks like we're on our way to getting a dog. Um, looks like we're going to um, have rather, I will have a meet and greet tomorrow afternoon, and get to know her, and we'll do all the things we need to do to set everything up, and yeah, she's a foxhound mix, and this mix makes her look more like a beagle instead of foxhounds 'cause she's a little bit smaller than that. So yeah. Oh, Eva can, yeah, new dog. Heaven, that says, yeah, yeah, that's gonna be fun. You just um, okay. Eva says, "Oh, sounds beautiful. What's her name?" Sorry if I missed it. It literally just happened. So I just came back from the last sprint. Um, Her name is May, May, and so that's very fitting considering our last dog. Her name was Molly. Um, this dog is a little bit younger than Molly was when we got her. She was 10 approximately. They were estimating when we got her, and May is 6. 6 sounds right. So yes, it looks like we um um with finishing off the foster process because she's still on heartworm medicine. So she's not officially um adoptable for another few weeks until that's finished up. So then, so yeah. So um how exciting, a new furry family member. Yes. Yes. Yes, exactly. So yeah, I think everybody's pretty excited about that. Yes, she is. So it's like the kind of the the beagle coloring or the hound coloring where it's white and that light brown. It's like that. So Eva says, "My old girl Hazy." I like that. May she R.I.P. was named Molly when we adopted her, but we changed her name. So yeah, um, they had they had changed Molly's name. What we know her as Molly. They changed her name from the previous owner's name to Mumu because she had the black and white beagle spots, so it made her look like a cow. The hound and beagle spots. So, and I guess I've seen it also on bulldogs, and she was a beagle bulldog mix. Made her look like a big beagle, stocky thing. It says foster to adopt is the way to go. So happy for you, Nay. Thank you very much. Just says, I bet your kiddo is so excited. Yes, I filmed a little bit yesterday morning when I told him what I was going to do when I was going to go and talk to them and do stuff about it. He had the biggest smile on his face. So he kind of looked at her, but we kind of started to look at her, tired, so we just had to leave. So I was wondering about that. Eva says Hazy is short for Hazel. I forget why that was her name. So, yeah. Yeah, we're looking forward to that. And it was 5 minutes. Oh my goodness. I spent that talking about the dog. I didn't get much done because I had to talk to these people on the phone. But I did do a little bit of reading. Um, let's go right into it, I suppose. I'll see you guys on the other side. It was a fun break chat. Okay, let's get back at it, I guess. Okay. Um, so, in excuse me. Um, one thing I did was I had a coughing fit. Um, also earlier, um, during that last, during the previous break, no, during the previous sprint, excuse me, I iced the remains of my coffee, but but I also did a lot of thinking, and these questions, honestly, the questions in this book really do help. They've really helped me. So I really, really recommend it. Again, that's the Creating Character Arcs book by K.M. Weiland. Let me hold this up properly. But yeah, I did have just major coughing fit. Um, yeah, I highly recommend this because this really gets down to the nitty gritty. Um, what was the other one I have of hers? It's outlining your novel, but it's more or less um, authors telling how they do it. That's all I didn't really it didn't really work. This actually is a little bit more to the point for me, and again, it gets down to the nitty gritty and really um, has you answering a lot of questions about the structure. And I think what probably would have made that book examples. Yeah, I think that would be good. Anyway, how did everybody do? CB says, hello, I'm back from the bath. Oh, that sounds very relaxing. There's something about baths. I don't really do that, but it's been a long time since I've actually had a relaxing bath. Anyway, Katerina says I added it to my Goodreads. Sounds interesting. Yeah. It's really helping me a lot. So, um, work out some problems I was having with my plot. Katerina says I've been meaning to read more craft books. It's been a lot. I've mostly read writer biz books lately. That's something that I actually need as well. Writer biz books and editor biz books. I have a couple. Let's see of those. Rachel says, "I love Cam Island stuff." Yes, this one. This one. This is my notebook. That one, creating character arcs. Yes, I really recommend it. Um, um, highly recommend it. And I had a couple revelations and about my plot, my plot, my midpoint. I was going to say plot point. So, and what there was uh, some questions about the midpoint, and she does this with every um, chapter that actually I think every chapter has questions. It looks like it, yeah. Even the first few, because she talks a lot about the lie the character believes and the things you care. Sorry, the things your character wants and needs and stuff like that. I'm sorry, I'm having another coughing fit. But I'm going to pause that actually. Maybe we can chat for a few. because I think I will have to end this excuse me, this stream at 1 and not go over because I am getting kind of tired, but anyway, um, just for example, uh, questions about your character's arc at the midpoint. I'll just say one. Um, I can talk about one. That should be fine. Um, but what's really helping me is question number 2, which is, how is your protagonist different at the midpoint from who um, they were at the first plot point? 'Cause that one is really, really, really helping me quite a bit. So, yeah, talking a lot about um, your character's truth, the truth that they need, and all of that. Talks about the midpoint being the turning point of the story, and all of that. Excuse me. So, Katerina says that's a good one. Tell me, revelate. Um, what what I'm including and what I don't want to reveal too much because I'd like to have a lot of this because there's a lot of mystery in my story as well. It's again, it kind of reads um like a women's just a women's novel, but there is huge fantasy influence, lots of um, yeah. There's just a lot of fantasy elements involved. So some of which was inspired by the genealogy research I had done about my family. So, Katerina says, I'm headed into a new book in my series and a new character. Since each book is a different character, I get to explore brand new character arcs. That's a lot of fun. Yeah, I have thought about doing that if I do continue with more um, of this. I'm not quite sure yet. Initially, it was going to be, I had an idea. Um, when I was initially exploring this idea, I had thought about um, having my character go to more places. Okay, so the setting is a real setting for the bulk of it. Um, that is. Um, but basically, there's a lot of exploring going on. She has some adventures. Um, and it initially was going to be much more traveling going on. But I realized that I needed to split it up. So yeah. Um, Katerina, so have I, which I think is really awesome. Uh, she says, "What age? I've been seeing midlife fantasy popping up a lot lately." Yeah, I have too. Have you heard of, I think he pronounces it Meyer, Shannon Meyer? Um, I had the privilege of meeting her a couple years ago, and she's very nice lady. And I've read at least one of her books so far. I'm in one of I'm in an Facebook group um, of her readers, and yeah, I've read midlife. There's a whole series, midlife bounty hunter, and there's like a whole series, and those were really funny and quirky, and those are I like those. This isn't doesn't have that kind of tone. This is a little bit more the age. I've made her 18 actually, so it's not traditional young adult fantasy. So I would classify it more as women's fantasy. So yeah, there's mystery. There's uh, coming of age aspect, but she's 18. So there's that. Lots of personal development going on in the story. It's very I don't really want to say girl powery, but it's how would I'm still trying to describe it. Yeah. Katerina just looked her up. Looks interesting. I read mostly YA since that's what I write. 18 sounds NA. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Some people have embraced the new adult. Yeah, which is what I want to call it. I want to call it new adult. It's definitely not. It's not teen angst. It's not really that. So, and there's no romance going on. So that's why I'm classifying it as women's fiction e women's fiction fantasy or women's fantasy fiction. It's kind of new adult in a way. It's kind of a mixture of that. With this being such a mishmash, I that's why I think that I will be self-publishing. So I've been working on. I got the idea quite a while back, but um, I have been working pretty hard on it lately. And when I first got started with this idea, I didn't know anything about writing fiction. I was mostly a freelance writer, so I was mostly writing on nonfiction, and I was a stringer for newspapers and stuff like that. So yeah, this was a complete 180. Katerina, um, I'm having such a hard time marketing my YA with romance as a subplot. So much YA paranormal is geared toward paranormal romance. Yes. Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of that. Katerina, what a change. Yes. It was a complete 180. I knew absolutely nothing really about writing fantasy, but I've always been a huge reader of it. I'm a huge consumer of it my entire life. I'm a Gen Xer. I saw Star Trek in the theater in 1977. So yeah, did I say Star Trek? Star Wars. If I said Star Trek, I didn't mean to say that. But I grew up with two brothers, so we watched a lot of Star Wars, and we watched a lot of Star Trek too on TV, and a variety of things. So yes, I'm that old. I'm about the same as I'm about the same age as Becca C. Smith. Is that am I there? The one that come in was in California stuff. We're about the same age. So but yeah, that was a complete 180. Um but yeah, I had a lot of things going on that year, including you know, uh uh not I was getting my son diagnosed with autism, and a lot of things going on. I moved, and a lot of things going on, and so my life just completely changed focus. um, oh, Katerina is also Gen X. Hey, hi. I had to resist the urge to write my books in the 90s. The bulk of the 90s for me was spent um, doing other things, mostly working. Um, s- mostly working and not following my urges to write and read and consume books. Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. You meant set your books in the 90s. Ah, okay. Well, you can. We have lots of experience with the 90s, right? And that era, that an interesting time frame. Uh, That's for sure. And I was just starting to wrap things up here. How are you doing? She says, hi. Don't start coughing, Heather. I've had a couple coughing fits this whole stream. She says, made friends with the like button, attending several writing conferences this week, but I'll leave this up for your watch time. Thank you. That I know I need to get into the Pro Writing Aid fantasy um, uh, thing that's going on this week. So yeah. Well, I because you're writing poetry in the 90s. Actually, I was too. Um, um, yeah, I did that too. Actually, my first ever published anything was a little bit of strange poetry that got onto a writers group's um, um, website. Almost like a haiku, but it wasn't. It was just weird. Yeah, exactly. Really bad poetry, she says. Yet I won a couple of awards. No idea how that happened. Yeah, I just never submitted anything, but I wrote a little bit of poetry when I started getting back into writing around the time, well, around the time that I had a cancer experience. So yeah. Yeah. That's a long story and a half, but essentially, I had a cancer experience in 1999, and I found my lump in 1998. But anyway, because of my cancer experience, I that told me I just needed to follow my dreams and be a writer. So yeah. Anyway, Kenneth said, I wrote it set in the 90s on the first draft for the first book, but all my feedback was that young adult teen readers don't want to read stuff set back then. They want it contemporary, so I switched it. But now there's a lot of things set in the 80s and the 90s, even the 70s. There's a lot of things these days. So I say go with your gut, honestly. But that's just me. Yeah. Um, I had started to think I be a writer. I had a little pushback. Anyway, and then I was involved in a car accident in 1997, and then a breast cancer experience in 1999. And so I was like, hey, somebody's trying to tell you something. Anyway, yeah. Well, it is what it is, and I now have a lot of hair. um, anyway, I don't want to go too much over. But yeah. So yeah, February was my 24th cancer anniversary. So yeah. Anyway, um, Ketamine says, right now though, but it's cool. I do some nods to the 90s for my Gen X readers. There you go. Oh, what about the 80s? Because a lot of people like Stranger Things. Am I right? Um, Ketamine says, yeah, long-haired hippies got to stick together. Oh boy, this is nothing compared to the 80s though. I had, it was bad. I had bad 80s hair back in the day. Yeah. Awesome. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, I mean, awesome is a very 80s expression. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I, I guess I up. It's definitely always nice to meet another Gen Xer. Um, so yeah. Um, maybe this day I gotta have people on my channel and just let's do a Gen X stream or something. It could be you, me. There's a few around AuthorTube. So oh, okay. Katarina, cusp of so I wasn't equipped for that setting. Oh, well, I understand that. Well, let's just say I was born in 1970, so I was a teenager in the 80s. Gen X Floridians, you know, that's that sounds pretty good. Yeah, there's some of us around. I have Carol Brown? Question mark? Maybe she might be. Oh, I think she's like your around your age. Or 79. Or did you mean to say 49? So yeah, so because that year ends in a zero, I will be turning 53 this year. Whatever. Um, anyway, it's very quiet in here, but my hubby went in. He's taking his lunch, so he's outside at the moment. Um, I forgot what I was gonna. Oh, you were born in 79. Now I understand. Okay, got it. Yeah, so I was born in 70. Yes, I remember the 70s. I remember 1976, and that was such a big deal because it was the bicentennial. We actually had gone to Disney World, and I remember the Electric Light Parade had a theme, and I was in the parade or two in 1976. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I remember all of the everything was red, white, and blue that year. Oh my God, everything was red, white, and blue. Yeah. The things you remember, the very specific things you remember. Uh, anyway, Okay. Uh, let's see. Um, I think I'll probably wrap it up. Um, by saying, "Oh, cool. You're a Disney kid too." We went every year from when I was we didn't, but we went probably every other year, when we could do it because, I grew up with 2 brothers, so 3 kids under the age of 7 anyway. So, that was, kinda expensive. Do you remember though when they still had those tickets? I vaguely remember this. They had like a book of tickets they would give you, and then you'd use them on the rides and stuff, just like you're at a fair. But it was a book, and they were paper, and you tore them out, and they had letters on them. I don't remember what the letters meant. Anyway, I am seriously dating myself. Um, let's see. My name is Heather Dewey Pettit, and I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays currently, um, at from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Starting today, now that it's March, I had decided that it might make the most sense for both of my streams to start at the same time, just for ease of everyone's remembering. Um, so Katerina says, "Yeah, that's a lot of work. I'm out." When I was young, we dated and spent the rest with my grandparents, but it turned into a week by the time I was in high school. Yeah. Oh, into a week? Wow. But let's see. Yeah, see what we did was because we had family members that lived in Florida, we would come down for a living and would spend like a week here at, either my grandparents' house or something, or like well, we would probably stop at Disney, and then we'd come into to Tampa Bay, and which is where I am now. I'm in Tampa. Well, I'm in Tampa Bay. I'm actually living in Pinellas County, but not too far at all from Tampa. But anyway, um, Katerina says this is a great sprint time for me. It's my day off, so I usually get to sit down about this time. Cool. Um, Your parents were in Clearwater? Okay. Clearwater is only about 30 minutes from me, give or take. Well, downtown, the beaches, I mean. Portions of Clearwater are actually like 10 minutes away from me. So, near Safety Harbor. I'm actually in Oldsmar, which is, really close to all that. So if anybody it doesn't exactly know where all of this is, just, it's the beaches of Pinellas County. Some of the most famous beaches in the world actually are in the area, in St. Petersburg, Clearwater, and nearby areas. Also, Lisa Daly lives in Sarasota. I started to say that earlier, and I think she's a Gen Xer too. She that so she lives in Sarasota. Sarasota has amazing beaches. Uh, okay, yeah, we made our way all around that area. Yeah, it's a beautiful area. Um, but anyway, I started to say, let's see. I mentioned when I stream. I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays from 11 to 1, starting this week today because it's March. So I decided to change my schedule. So if anybody has any questions for me um, about um, structuring sentences, this is what I have more more knowledge of, not in story writing, but sentences. I was training to be a newspaper copy editor. So I have knowledge of various style guides. I have um, blah, 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 blah. Again, like I said earlier, in recent years, I have been focused on being a freelance line editor, copy editor, and proofreader. If anybody has any questions about that, you can drop me a line. My email should be below. But I guess I could say it. It's heatherdeweypettit@gmail.com. And all my social media is in my link tree, which is in the description. If anybody wants to get in touch regarding that, please feel free. Um, I mean, I did say earlier that I would love to specialize further in speculative fiction, but I've also done nonfiction books as well as um, on of three of their mystery thriller of romance. So that was fun. I should be getting one probably pretty soon. Um, anyway, I'm if anybody questions about that, please answer any questions in a video. Um, Lots of things going on. Anyway, I guess I'm going to finally wrap this up, and I hope everybody has a great day. And I guess I'll see you soon. All right. Bye, everybody. One.